GetUp Crew, Romero, Pebbles, Melissa, and Leroy. By the way, that was the most useless part of the Super Bowl halftime show when DJ Mustard came out.
I loved it.
Do you know how many people were like, "Who's that dude right there?"
Yep.
They probably didn't even know that it was going Mustard in the song. You know, he was like, "Hey, please, Kendrick, please, Kendrick, please. Come on, you're having Drake's ex-girlfriend dance. I don't want to dance. Just let me come out when they scream my name, and then I'll stand there awkwardly and not do much."
I said, man, are baggy jeans back? Because he had on some really baggy jeans. I was like, oh, I wonder.
Kendrick was wearing regular size jeans.
Kendrick?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about
Oh, you're talking Mustard? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because Kendrick was wearing those big-ass bell bottoms that were like he was stepping on. And everyone was like, is that
Because
the
he's
new...
like 5'2".
Well, yeah. I'm like, it's not a new style. They just got him regular size jeans. And he's like, damn. I guess I'm going to have to wear these. You know what I'm saying? But what did we think? Well, first let's go to this wonderful person on the phone. Hi, Clara.
Hi guys. I love your show.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What'd you think about the halftime show?
I think Kendrick is a musical genius. And it is so sad to see how everything that he put out for us in this performance went over people's heads. People want to complain about how, people are just twerking or just doing this and that. The minute they have to use half of their brain to understand something or to watch something, they're bored. It is crazy to me. Like, I think people should really watch this and rewatch before you can actually see everything that was meant for you to see and understand in this performance.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, but that you had to be a hardcore Kendrick fan, and a lot of people don't want to do homework like that.
Right. That's the thing. I think that the majority of football fans and Super Bowl viewers are not watching the halftime performance to learn something.
Okay,
They just want to be entertained. That's
Can
it.
I say that? And this goes to exactly what you're saying. People are like, it's boring. I just want to be entertained. It's not entertaining. Here comes Usher, out here roller skating, doing everything, whatever. Oh, I didn't like it. Beyonce comes out with all this. I don't like it. It's boring. Beyonce has never been boring a day in her life. Like, what do people want? Really, what do you want? And the other thing, too, is like, what's the woman's name that just called? Clara. And like Clara said, like, I do think that a lot of people don't want all of that. But you have to remember, at the end of the day, these are artists. Do we not know what art is? Like, let them be artists. It's not, to me, it goes back to when they told, what's his name? LeBron, shut up and dribble. It's like the same thing. I feel like it's like, just, dance for me, sing for me. And it's like, if that's what he wanted to do, let him do it. And pay attention, and maybe you'll learn something.
Yeah, that was fine. I just thought it was exactly what it was going to be. I mean, Kendrick's not a big, giant performer. He was going to go out there, rap, have people dance around him, and
That's what I
put
expected
on the show
too.
that he could do. I didn't think it was, but I'm not saying it sucked. I'm just not saying it was great.
But see, and that's the other thing too, like, about the performance. Like, he had all these people around him, but he commanded that stage. Like, when I was watching it, like, I could not take my eyes off of him. Like, I just found him to be mesmerizing. I really did. And Leroy, I have to say, I'm like really surprised because you are a Kendrick fan to the core. Yeah. So I don't understand how you could watch that and think that it was anything but brilliant.
I didn't know. I thought it was cool. I didn't think it was brilliant. I didn't think it was phenomenal.
I'm a little surprised that you didn't think it was.
No, I just have to be honest. I wanted more. I thought it started off extremely slow. And with the Super Bowl, it does need to be mass appeal, and it wasn't. After, when SZA came on and they did Luther, which I thought was out of place too, it was just slow. But then after that, it picked up. But by that time, 2/3 of the performance was over with.
Everything's not going to be for everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because of that, I think that's why I can't grade it. I can't say it was phenomenal. It was like, you do have to know the deep cuts. You got to know GNX. You got to really be into it. And everyone's not.
So take everything else out of it. Like that this was the Super Bowl or whatever.
Yep.
Like, if you just look at his performance, are you telling me that was not like
You know
incredible?
why? I don't think it was incredible because I'm thinking to songs from his other albums that I thought would have fit better and just kept the energy up. The energy, it was just kind of like, it was just a constant, and it wasn't a roller coaster ride for me. It didn't feel that way.
So
I'm
think
just highly disappointed.
I think what I personally would want to know from everybody that's judging it, right? What are you personally expecting for, and what do you want from a Super Bowl halftime performance? What do you want?
Shut up and dance.
He gave me exactly what I thought he was gonna give, so that's why I'm like, it was fine. It was fine. I don't think it was one of the greatest of all time. If I was a hardcore Kendrick fan, I would be like, it was one of the greatest of all. He didn't make any mistakes, but I also don't think it was one of the worst. I don't think it was one of the greatest. I think it was a good one. Taking everything away, all the stuff that he's had going on this year, all the having to do the homework to know the story. If you put Drake in there, right? Drake has way more mass appeal hits, way more upbeat mass appeal hits, and performance-wise, he could basically do the same thing. Get on stage, do a little performance, and have a bunch of people around him dance.
I just think for where, and I'm sure a lot of people don't want to hear this, but for where we are right now in the world and in life, I think that it was a much needed commentary.
And you know what? I agree with you. But I have to say this also, because I got hit up with messages from people saying the same thing, that the message was needed. Okay, fine. The message was needed for you. Me personally, I feel like I'm constantly hearing the message connected to what's going on. I just wanted a break, but I get it. The message happened, that's fine. But what I'm not going to stand for, I'm going to say this. I am a black man. I do not appreciate folks trying to pull my black card simply because I didn't like a show. That is the most goofiest thing to try to come at me with simply because I didn't like a performance. I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. I saw him when he was here before. I'm going to go see him at Gillette and sing every song word for word. But please, y'all stop. Stop trying to pull my black card.
They were trying to pull your black card because
yeah.
wow.
How can you?
Man.
The message. And I'm like, great. But not everybody wanted to. Not everybody was tuning in for a message.
And that's
I was tuning in for entertainment.
right, and that's
You
exactly
don't have to be tuning in for a message.
And that's exactly what I said in the beginning of the conversation. Like, I think the average person that watches the Super Bowl doesn't want to feel like they're learning something in a halftime
At that
show.
point, they're half in the bag drunk, especially in a blowout game.
Learn something.
No, I'm saying it's cool if you want to learn something. I just don't think it's fair to criticize people who are like, I didn't come here for that.
Right. I'm with you, Leroy. I understand what you're saying.
Everyone's anticipation is different.
It's
for
not
the Super
just
Bowl halftime.
It's
show.
not just I didn't come here for that. It's like it's deeper than that. Like there's, and I won't even get into it, but like the comments are just a lot deeper than just I didn't like it.
Normally, Monday through Fridays, I have a strict schedule for myself personally, getting things done. I am severely behind because I'm caught up in the Kendrick stuff. I've been going back and forth with people. Yo, it's a performance. People can either like it, not like it, or be in the middle. Why is everyone taking it so personal, like it's an attack on them if you don't like it? This is crazy.
That's because that's how it is with everything now. If you don't like something, or if you're just like kind of like indifferent to it, people don't understand that because they're like, no. You need to actually love it or hate it. You can't be in the middle. Get that picket out of your ass, which is the way I feel, you know?
But you know what? I think it's because it represents something bigger and it represents what a lot of people are going through. So I think that's why it's hard to understand when people just want to dismiss it as being trash. You know what I mean?
Can I give an example?
Yes.
So, for instance, a lot of people think, or they feel like the world is really, really stressful right now. Some people choose not to watch the news.
I don't watch the news.
A lot of people,
I don't
yes.
watch the news.
I'm not in the mood for that because it's bringing on whatever. Some people, as far as the messaging for a Super Bowl halftime show, they're like, you know what? I kind of want to break from that. I just want to be entertained. What's the problem with that?
Okay, there's no problem with that, but where there is a problem is every year artists come out to entertain and everybody there's probably maybe 3 artists who people didn't complain about. Like every year there's a complaint about something. And I think just the climate of where we are, it's just different right now. It just is. And artists want to say something with their music. And I think, I'm here for it, but everybody's not. So
I'm here for it as long as you entertain me during those 12 minutes. And it was good. It was a good 12 minutes.
Okay, it sounds like you're a little indifferent. Like it was just okay. And I know because Ramiro, I think you and I are kind of in the same realm here.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it was what I expected from Kendrick.
In the grand scheme of things, it was like what I was expecting.
Right. Like
Yeah.
nothing more, nothing less.
But I wasn't expecting anything bad.
Right.
But I wasn't expecting like
Right.
a crazy
Right.
perform. I like the performance stuff. I like the dancing and the Usher doing the roller skating, Lady Gaga jumping off a freaking building to catch a ball. Like that, I like. And I think most people, if it's just an artist who they're indifferent to, they're not super passionate about one way or the other, they're like, give me something, I'm just going to say visual, that's going to get my attention while I'm eating chicken wings and talking to my friends and drinking beer.
But people complained about Usher too. It's like you said you liked the, but it was like people complained about that too.
Well, you're never going to get a performance that everybody across the
Correct.
board loves. That's just not going to happen.
If you're not a fan of the artist or the genre, you're gonna hate it. Like all my country friends hated it because they don't understand it and they're not a fan of the genre. They hated it. But if you hate country music and it's a country halftime show, chances are you're not going to like it.
Yeah, that's just what it is. But
You're not going to have a halftime show where the entire nation agrees this was good. Never. It's not going to happen.
Absolutely not, because there are people out there who just look at someone else and go, your opinion on everything sucks because I don't agree with you on one thing. So I have to disagree with you. But that's just how the nature of people is. It's okay. Not a big deal. We're still up today for the most part.
A lot of people called out sick, but
still moving for the most part, and hopefully you're gonna be able to wake up tomorrow and breathe too. Some of you won't, but for the most part, some of you will. Oh, I'm keeping
That's
it real.
dark.
Facts, baby. Hashtag